Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorites for the month of November. I'm so excited that it's finally December. I am kind of ready for this year to be over. I'm just ready for a fresh start. This has been an amazing, incredible year. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready to start eating healthy. I'm ready to get that shit under control. So I'm excited for December and for Christmas and all that stuff. I do have quite a bit of stuff to share with you, along with some not so favorite things to share with you. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing that I'm going to talk about are, let's talk about these new lip products from Nars. They are the Velvet Lip Glides. I do have 3 and I have used all of them. I just love keeping stuff in the box because it makes it feel newer and longer. I have Bound, Unlaced, and Stripped. I do have Stripped on my lips right now along with a deeper lip liner, so it makes it look a little darker, but this is like the nude shade. Unlaced is a little bit more of like a baby pink with a little bit of a peach in it. And then Bound, which is more of like a deeper mauve shade, but almost like a nude mauve. It's really cool. So these are the 3 shades that I got. Neutrals, of course. To me, these feel like a moussier, glossier liquid lipstick, but they are not going to last like a liquid lipstick. They are just like a thicker formula lip gloss. I don't know. It's a very new and innovative type of texture. I haven't tried anything like it and I really, really like it. It's so comfortable on the lips. It's a full pigment color too, so it's very like opaque looking, a little bit of a gloss, like a shine, and it just sits so comfortably on the lips. I know I said comfortable like 5 times, but that's how it feels. Next, I want to talk about these highlighters from Makeup Geek. She came out with, oh my gosh, so many highlighters. She came out with regular ones and duochrome. So I'm definitely more of a fan of the regular highlighters just because they are more wearable for me. The 2 here that I have been going to all month long are Luster, which is a little bit more of like a pinky shade. It reminds me a little bit of Opal from Becca. And then I have Midnight Sun, which is definitely more golden. You can see them here. Even mixing these together would be absolutely beautiful, but it's definitely that wet, high shine looking highlighter and I love it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze Palette. It does have a bronzer in there as well, which is beautiful. It's definitely more of a natural type of bronze, but I particularly love the highlight. It's a beautiful, soft golden shade, and the packaging is just like so luxurious. This makes me want to use it just because it's so fun to play with and hold in my hand, and it's just so pretty, and I just like looking at it. I don't know. The highlight is just so beautiful. It is not like an intense wet highlight, but it's still pretty intense, but in a soft way. I am horrible at describing stuff. You almost have to try it out and not just swatch it on your hand. You have to try it on your face, because I've swatched this in the store so many times before I actually picked it up. And then finally, once I bought it and then I put it on my face, I was like, oh, that's just not what I was expecting. It's just a beautiful, soft gold. Try it out. All right, this next product is something that I think everybody would love. It's something great for gifts, and I've been obsessed with it. It's something that I've just been grabbing almost every time I did my makeup this month. I used this. This is the Becca Blushed with Light palette. It looks like this, and there are 3 blushes in here. I did show this in my haul as well. And the one that I've been using constantly is this middle shade here called Songbird. This is sold individually. However, her blushes I think are like $28 or something like that. And this palette full of 3 is $32. It has a mirror. It's great, especially if you're traveling or something, because then you've got a blush for each look. Becca blushes are probably my favorite blushes in the makeup industry. They are so pigmented, they are blendable, and they last forever on your face. So I really recommend this palette whether you are a beauty junkie or not. I think that everybody would like this. And for the price is right. I have this bronzer here from MAC. This is Give Me Sun. A lot of this stuff doesn't come as a surprise if you watch my videos because you've seen it a lot of times throughout the month. But this is Give Me Sun from MAC. It is a very warm, orangey toned type of bronzer. And I did not think that this was going to work out for me at all because I am pretty darn fair. And I watch Desi Perkins all the time, and oh, she's just so beautiful. And her skin tone is just gorgeous, and she uses this all the time, but she's way darker than I am. So I didn't think it was gonna work out, but it does. But let me tell you, if you are fair, you need to use a light hand or go in with a brush like this. I highly recommend this brush with this product. This is the blush brush from Real Techniques. It is pretty affordable. You can get it at Ulta, and it's made by the Pixie Woo ladies here on YouTube. This just gives me a really nice warm glow, almost like I've been in the sun. I don't know, it's beautiful. I love this stuff. I can't believe I took so long to kind of like fall in love with these, but I got them in PR like a really long time ago when Makeup Geek came out with their contour powders, and these two shades are Bad Habit and Infidelity. I've been using Bad Habit a lot more, but then sometimes I'll go in with the Infidelity and like touch the main points that I want to chisel. These are amazing. They are extremely pigmented. They are, I want to say they're like as pigmented as those Becca blushes. And if you have any Becca blushes, you know that shit is pigmented. They blend out amazingly, just like into my skin, and it's like not an effort to blend out my contour. So I have quite a few brushes here. I have 4. So the first one I'm going to start with is a rediscovered favorite. This is one that I used for a long time, and then, you know, you just start using other stuff, and then I came across it again, and I was like, why did I stop using this? It's the Nars Ita brush. It's cool. I like this thing. It really gives you a nice, sharp, defined line, but then what I like to go in with is this brush from Smith. It's the 112 brush with nothing on it, and kind of blend it out so that it's not so sharp, harsh, because I like a sharp contour, but I don't want it to look like I have a freaking line on my face. You know how sometimes it can look like that? I don't really want that, and if I have that, wasn't intentional. Yeah, this just really makes contouring easy, and I've been loving using it. I know I'm gonna switch between other contour brushes again in the future, but it's been fun. It's been real the past month using this thing, and I like it. So I do have more Smith brushes here to talk about. So the one that I just talked about was the Smith 112 brush. This is marketed as a bronzer brush, but you can use brushes for whatever the heck you want. So I like to use this with nothing on it and just blend out stuff. This is also great for bronzer. You could use it for blush. You could use it to set your whole face with powder. You could use it to set your under eye. You could literally use this for anything, and it's so great. A lot of times when you get new brushes, they don't work very well until you like really like, I don't know, break them in, kind of like you break in a new pair of shoes. But these brushes just were like magic right off the bat. So that was really shocking, and I just fell in love with them like on the spot. They're probably the best brushes I've ever tried in the makeup industry. So this one is the Smith 112, and then I have the 232 and the 230. The 232 is the longer one, and then the 230 is the shorter one. And they just blend out my eyeshadow like a dream. They're amazing, and they are very, very lightweight. It feels like I'm like holding nothing, which if you pick up a regular brush, that's pretty lightweight too, but then you pick up this brush, you're like, okay, that's even lighter weight. They're really awesome. I am so impressed with them. I just wanna go buy all of their brushes and buy doubles of these because I'm just in love with them. Next, I have this nail polish from Opi. It is Mimosas for Mr. and Mrs. Any video where I've had on a nude nail polish in the past like 2 months has been this nail polish. You can see, look how much is gone. Like, I just got this 2 months ago. Isn't that crazy? I've had it on my nails almost every single day. Now I have on acrylics for the first time since high school. It's so weird, but I'm like obsessed. This is Let Me Buy You a Drink from Opi. So it's a little bit more of a light pearly pinkish white, but in any other videos before I had these on, this is what I used. It's just the perfect neutral shade for my skin tone because I am pretty fair. It's not too light, it's like not as light as this, but it's not too dark either. So it's just beautiful. And a lot of you guys were asking me why I got acrylics because I had grown out my nails, and I talked about it a lot. I did, but then one night, I do not know why, I just bit all of them off, and then afterwards I was like, what did I do? So yeah, I definitely regret that decision, but I got acrylics and I feel so sassy now. I think I want to go a little longer next time, maybe. I don't know, you know, like when you see people with long nails and they're like, I just don't think I'm cool enough. Moving on to skincare, I have 3 skincare things. I'll start with this. This is the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. I bought this in the Sephora VIB sale. You might have seen it in my haul. I love this. This is probably the best face mask I've ever tried. It really, like, I don't know, my skin just feels so clear and just so firm and like, I don't know, I just feel so good. And it really, like, when you put it on, it is this shade right here, which is this like darker gray, and then it dries to a lighter gray, but anywhere that you have like imperfections and nasty gunk in your face, it will stay the darker gray. So my face looked like polka dots, like especially in this area. So you can see like every pore. It's actually really gross, but then when I wash it off, it's like so refreshing, and my skin has just been thanking me for this. So everybody has raved about this mask. I've heard about it through like everybody, and I just never thought like it would actually be something that was really that good, especially for however much it was. But let me tell you, it is amazing. I wish I had gotten this sooner. I love it. I love it. I have 2 other skincare products. These were sent to me by Perricone, so thank you so much, Perricone, for sending me these products because I've been obsessed with them. This is not sponsored by them. I'm just saying I like this stuff. This is the Cold Plasma line. So this is the face cream. It kind of works similar to like a serum. You put it on after you wash your face and before you moisturize. It's supposed to help with firmness, elasticity, wrinkles, all that kind of stuff, and also dryness, I believe. They do have a sub D one that goes on your neck, but I've been putting this one on my neck anyways. And then this one is the eye cream. It helps with firmness and wrinkles and dark circles around the eyes. I've only been using these for a month, and because it's not like a face mask or something like that, I haven't noticed like an intense, crazy difference in my skin. My skin has definitely, like over the past month, it has changed, and it feels so good and just so healthy and clean and just radiant, but not, I don't know. I've really been loving my skin, and I feel like with all of the new products that I've incorporated in my skincare routine, they just all have been working together. And I can't really say if like, you know, the Cold Plasma has like firmed my face 110% or the eye blah blah blah. You know, your skin really doesn't have enough time to show that many results with like creams in just a couple of weeks. You know, you really have to try it over time. So far, so good. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's like made me like elastically firm. That's definitely not the case, but my skin has not reacted with it. My skin has been in the best condition that it has been in a really long time. Oh, and my eyes are extremely sensitive to eye creams and concealers and mascaras, and this did not irritate my eyes at all. They've been completely fine. So far I've really been loving these. It's what I've been using constantly, and I'm all about that skincare firmness right now because whew, these laugh lines are coming in, and I'm turning 25. I need to firm just in case. Like, I don't want wrinkles, so I need to start preventing it. Okay, moving on to some random stuff here. I have this heat protectant from Paul Mitchell. It is the Hot Off the Press Thermal Protection Hairspray. This stuff smells bomb. I love it. It smells great. And I love that this is like a lightweight mist. It's not like a squirt bottle, you know, where it's like, it goes on like a sheer mist, like shh. And it doesn't make your hair like soaking wet, which is super annoying when you have a heat protectant spray that like makes your hair wet, because then you feel like it's like, okay, now I have to wait for that freaking spot to dry before I can go in with my heat tool and fry my hair off. So this doesn't do that. It's really nice. I do feel like it was pretty expensive. I feel like Paul Mitchell is really overpriced, but what do I know? I'm not a hairstylist, so maybe it's accurately priced. But for me, it's like, oh shit, that was expensive. I like it. I've been really taking care of my hair. I've been barely washing it because getting your natural hair oils into your hair is good. Don't tell me it's not. Some people are like,
actually it's really bad to not wash your hair for a crazy long amount of time.
All of the heat protectants that I have now are in a cream form, so it's for when your hair is damp and wet and stuff. So that doesn't really help me on days, on like the 2 or 3 days after that I've already styled it and need to touch up my hair those days. So I bought this. It's really awesome, protects my hair. My hair has felt so healthy, especially since I cut it, which was such a good decision. I'm so glad that I chopped off as much as I did because I feel like my hair is back to the length that it was before I cut it. It's like growing so fast, and I just like, I haven't worn hair extensions in 2 months now, and I just feel like my hair is so healthy because of it, and I'm so thankful. So I've really been loving this. I recommend it. Yes. I want to talk about this. This is so random, and I've only used it once, so that's why I'm putting it here at the end before I go into my unfavorites. So these are the 3D Crest White Strips in Classic Vivid. Before I get into this, someone was talking about how bad and awful these are for your teeth. It does say enamel safe. It may not be, but whatever. I liked these. So I'm a little baby when it comes to whitening my teeth. I have used so many other whitening products, and I've liked a lot. But whenever I put anything in my, like on my teeth and it has to like sit there for a long time, I don't know why, but my mouth just fills up with spit, and it's like filling up and dripping down the back of my throat and like coming out my mouth, and I'm like, that still did this with this. I'm not gonna lie, this did do that still, but they were very, very thin strips. They weren't like thick strips. And they eventually kind of like started to dissolve, which I actually didn't like, because then that's what like made me like foam up. Ugh, so gross. So I left them on for I think 10 minutes, and it says you should keep them on for 30. So I took them off as soon as I was like saliva-ing all over the place. And the next day I looked at my teeth and I was like, what the heck? My teeth are white. They looked so good. So good. And I was just like really impressed the fact that I only had them on for not even half the time, and they still looked great. So I'm excited to keep using them. I wanted to include this because I just thought it was cool. So there's that. Time for some unfavorites. This is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. I've heard so many great reviews on this product. So many friends have told me about this, and I just really found it impossible to remove my makeup with this. I actually have them here. Let me show you. I love the Neutrogena makeup remover cleansing wipes in the night calming version. They're the purple ones. These are great. They don't irritate my eyes, takes everything off. I love this. And then I cleanse with my cleanser. Buy these, they're amazing. Okay, so this, I felt like I just had to rub and rub and rub, and just my makeup was not coming off, especially my eyeliner. I mean, this is Inglot gel liner. This stuff does not move, but it moves with this. This takes it off, but this just like, I was like rubbing my eye around and around, and it like hurt. So I don't like this. I'm gonna keep this in my beauty space here, my office, because a lot of times I'll put stuff on the back of my hand. Like here I have like a swatch. Instead of wasting a whole makeup wipe, I'm gonna use this instead. So at least it's not gonna go to waste. And I've also been using it to clean my IKEA furniture. If you ever get makeup on white furniture, use like some sort of makeup remover if it's not coming off with like an actual cleaner or something. That is something that I've learned with my white my white stuff to hold all my makeup. Yeah, it gets dirty really fast, but it also can get clean really fast if you use some sort of like makeup removing device. So yeah, I just like really didn't like this. It says no rinse, no harsh rubbing, and I was literally like ripping my skin off. So yeah, definitely disappointed in this. I do have two foundations here that I just like, whoa, did not like. The first one is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. I bought the shade Porcelain, but it was way too light. I should have gotten a lot darker of a shade, but it didn't matter because it looked disgusting on my face. It accentuated every imperfection on my face. The coverage was nice, but it just like wasn't worth it to me because of how awful it made my skin look. And I did do a first impression review on this foundation. I will link it in here. I did like a full face with makeup, and this was one of the things in there. And even in that video, I was just like, okay, I don't like this. This not only is the wrong shade, but just looks really bad. And then I think you're gonna be pretty surprised to hear this about this next foundation, but my next unfavorite is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I have the shade 2.5. It was pretty light. I could have gone a little bit darker. Now, you're probably confused because I did a first impression review with this as well, and I said that I loved it. And in that video, I actually had a lot of comments saying that my foundation looked really cakey and it didn't look good at all. And you know, in that video I said, you know, it gives almost like a powdery texture or finish. Like you can see it on the skin. It's not just like invisible, it doesn't disappear. You can definitely see it because it is full coverage. That goes for pretty much every full coverage foundation because it's full coverage. I mean, you can't not see it if it's covering fully. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The thing that was so weird about this foundation is I actually filmed a review. I filmed all day, did check-ins. In person, I felt like it looked great. It really does cover everything, which I don't have a foundation like that really, that like is like nothing is showing through. So that was cool to have. It was nice that it had like a matte finish, super full coverage. I really liked that about it. I don't know why in person I didn't see this, but when I filmed that review and I went to edit it and I'm like showing you the close-ups, I will put those clips over this. I saved the video. In it, I'm like, yeah, it looks great. I really like it, blah, blah, blah. But then I don't know why I couldn't see it in person because on camera, when I was showing in the check-ins, it just looked disgusting. These lines here, I guess I'm forming wrinkles here because it settled in them and then it literally stayed there, like cracked, and it felt really dry. And then I have a line here from like where my chin is, and it settled in there, which I think all my foundations do really, but this did like a million times more. Around the nose, and you know, these are places that I naturally have that problem with my foundations, but they're not like that bad, or I can kind of like buff them out and then, you know, over time they'll settle, but it's not that bad. This just looked horrible. It made my skin look old. In my highlight area, it made my skin almost look wrinkled. In here, it just made me look old. I don't know. It was so weird. In conclusion, I don't like this foundation, which is so weird because in person and my first initial impressions of it, I loved it. I thought it was great. Try things out more than once. If it doesn't work out the first time, it's possible that you might end up liking it the second time or vice versa, which is what happened with me. Remember that with these products that I don't like, they could be your favorite and that's okay. You know, what works for you might not work for me and vice versa, and that's okay because it's just makeup. It's not like a big deal. So those were all the products that I have been obsessed with for the month of November. I hope that you liked this video. If there were any products in here that you ended up liking as well this month, let me know down below, and also in the comment section, let me know what other products you've tried that I either haven't tried or just that like you've been loving and you think that I'd like. Just let me know that down below because I like trying new stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you clicking on it. If you have any questions at all, please let me know, and please subscribe before you leave. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Becca.